up, y'all? I'm Bree.
I'm Java.
And this is Vibes and Virtue.
Where you gonna come for the vibes
And stay for the Lord.
That's right.
That's
right. Look, so we are just two young women met at church and just were in the same ministry and just really like bonded over just life, over virtues, over just living life, as a young Christian in this crazy world. But we just realized we have a lot to share and we want to share that with y'all. So we want y'all to be a part of this with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
This journey that
Yeah.
we'll be taking.
Big old
Because it's a journey.
Big old
journey.
Yeah. So go ahead.
For our first episode, we just wanted to just share some things that we learned this year. And we still walking out a lot of it. We still haven't quite figured it out, but at least lessons that have been brought to us, we're navigating.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff we have answers to, we've kind of gotten clarity to. Some of the stuff we still like, okay, Lord, you gotta guide us because we need a little help here, okay? So, you wanna go first? Your first one, you want to
go
popcorn?
Okay, Okay, so my number one thing that I wrote down was breaking a soul tie. So this year has been a fruitful year when it came to breaking a soul tie. I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with that concept or idea, but that's just kind of like when you've been dealing with somebody and y'all really like connected like that, and it's y'all kind of go together real bad. Even when you don't, y'all go together real bad. And I was just really stuck on this one guy and just never really saw myself happy outside of a relationship with him, but knew that he wasn't the one. So I really just had to kind of like really buckle down with God and say, look, I really don't want this anymore. I can realize that you're not blessing this.
Yeah.
And I want out. Even if, parts of me still want in, I want out. So I was very clear and intentional with God about it. I was very clear and intentional with that guy about it. And then I cut all ties and I really had to let God break me out of it. One thing that I asked God specifically was like, rewrite my memories.
That's good. Rewrite my memories.
Rewrite my memories. Because you know how that is when you try to break with somebody and you get them little flashbacks and then you like, should I call him? No, you should not call him. So I was like, God, rewrite my memories.
Yeah.
So it got to the point I would like try to have a flashback and it would make me like sick to my stomach.
Oh.
Or I would just be like flashback and it wasn't the way I remembered it anymore.
Yeah.
I was seeing the red flags versus the
see it in a different lens.
yes. So I was like, wait a minute, is that how it happened?
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, I don't even want that. So he changed my desire for that person completely.
Yeah.
And I mean, just really healed me to the point where I was disconnected in all areas, physically, mentally, spiritually from this person. And it's been a blessing. It's allowed me to like venture off and date new people and know that I can be satisfied with other people. So,
And you said something that was so good. You said you knew God wasn't going to bless it, or God wasn't blessing it. Like, that's so important as young women.
yeah.
Dating and letting certain people be in our circles and around us, because God is just not going to bless us the way He can if we're distracted by something that's not of Him. So that's so important and so good that you said that and even recognized it, because that would have us stuck right there. And God wants to bless us. God wants us to be fruitful and everything, but He's just not going to bless us to a certain extent if we have certain people in our circle.
That's right. Yeah, especially people that aren't connected to you. That
Yeah.
way. For sure.
And He's not their source. In the same way that He is our source. Okay?
That was good. That was good. Yeah. That's my one.
Yeah.
Your
Okay.
turn.
My turn. All right.
No.
Yeah, I had to jot it down. So this year, much like you, it's been a lot of moving pieces, just a lot of changes that have happened, new doors opening and things like that. And my number one is it's okay to ask for help. Because as women, especially as young women, but just as women, then women of color, we are so used to doing things ourselves, and I can do it. I'm independent, walking up the hallway, struggling, dropping stuff, but like, no, I can do it. I'm a strong woman. I don't need nobody to help me. No, it is so important, especially as you're elevating and getting exposed to different things, that it's okay to ask for help. It's not a weakness. For me, I see it as a weakness, but just breaking myself out of that mentality of it being a weakness rather than, it's actually a strength. Being able to ask for help is a strength, and you can't carry everything, and we're not supposed to carry everything. And that's what we have. Our Heavenly Father, we have sisters, we have different people God put in our circles to help us carry these, or supposed to help us carry these. But we busy trying to carry them ourselves. So I've learned it's okay to ask for help, or if someone offers, that's the word. If someone offers to help, it's okay to be like, I need help me out. Help me, please. Help a sister out.
Listen, that's so good. I like what you said about like help you carry it. You know, when we think about like in the Bible when it talks about like being unequally yoked. I think sometimes we only think about that in the aspect of like a relationship, like romantically. But if we think about it like biblically, but also in the physical, they were talking about like two animals, right, that carry this same load. And if you have like a really tall donkey and a really short cow, like they're unequal. They can't, like we can't carry the same thing. So like being connected to people that can help you carry those things, right? And knowing that you got people that you can count on to help you, you know, I think is really special. And I love that because I've been seeing that in you, you know, so much.
Oh, glory to God.
And I mean, you're good for that too, though. You offer a lot of help, you know, so you deserve that reciprocal. And I think in this season, you need to wrap yourself in that, you know, reciprocal. Because you're a helper, you know, as a friend. I can say that as a sister. So that's good. That's good. That is good. Okay, number 2. This one's heavy.
Ooh. We don't need no tissue, huh?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
I'm not gonna cry. I better not cry. I'm not a crier.
Not me either.
Okay, good.
Sometimes I'm crying.
But then even if I cry, I look at myself and I be like,
girl,
what are you doing? He's so for real right now. Okay, good. Glad to know that. No, 2 is heavy because I'm still working on it.
Okay.
But learning to carry my light in dark places.
Ooh, that is heavy.
Oh my gosh.
That is heavy.
Yeah. So with work.
Yeah, I knew you was about to say that. I knew you was about to say that.
With work. Because y'all don't know, but my sister knows. I'm in a new position. Well, same position, different school. And it's been rough. It's been really, really rough, and I've still been trying to like evaluate what happened, you know, to cause me to kind of like be in the predicament I'm in right now. But I do realize and recognize that this place that I've been placed into was and is like a really dark place, you know. And sometimes I think it's hard for us to identify those places if they're not like outwardly dark. You know, I think in the church, it's easy to like paint this picture of like bad people are bad people, you know, like people who work for the enemy are dark. So you're thinking, you know, like black and like, you know, they do crazy. And sometimes
you don't always show stuff like that.
They're normal people. They just do normal things. And they're just like not connected to God, you know? So a lot of things happen that are like not best for people or not, you know, they don't treat people well, or you know, they just don't, it's a lot of things that just don't happen. And that's kind of hard to put into words, but it's been a rough half year for me to like learn how to carry my light in that dark place and not let myself be extinguished or, you know, like giving up on, you know, being good? Do I just do, you know, what they're doing to make it comfortable or easier to work here, or do I keep trying to be who I am and who I know God's called me to be to illuminate this place, you know? So that's been hard, and I don't have the answer. One thing I'm realizing though is God is like got me in this position to like keep me before him, because we talking every day. I mean, like, not that we're not talking every day anyway, but like all day, because I'm just like, every moment I'm like, okay, Lord, I need you to do this. I need you to go before me. I need you to go into this meeting. I need to hear you instead of them. I need to do like, I'm in his face.
That reminds me, who was that had the thorn in their flesh?
Oh geez. Was it Paul with a thorn in his side?
One of them people in the Bible.
I'm about to look it up because I feel like I should know this.
I'm like, the name. I don't know why the name is escaping me right now. Was it?
It was Paul.
It was Paul.
It was Paul.
But God kept that thorn there
for a reason,
to keep him coming to him, and that just shows you like the flesh side of us versus the spiritual side of us. Because the flesh, like,
I'm not
get
doing
this thing
that.
about it. Like, I don't want to, you know. I don't want to carry this. I don't want to be in this dark place with God. Like, but this is how I know you're gonna be seeking my face. This is how I know you're gonna be coming to me.
Listen,
depending on me.
Okay.
Because I'm leaving this thing here.
Yeah, and I think that's so sweet. Like, he wants to remind us that we're not always gonna be in the good space. You know, it's not always we're going to him and saying thank you for all of these, you know, blessings and gifts, you know, as if he's some type of like genie, but knowing that you have to go to him with the bad stuff, you know, and him reminding you like, come to me so I can fix it, because it's not meant to stay bad. So that's what I'm still learning, because
you know what, it's a beautiful thing too, because even though you recognize that it is kind of a dark place, you say something so perfect, like, you know, you illuminating it, like, you know, you still carry a light. Like, that's powerful. That is so powerful.
I'm trying.
That's good.
Because part of me, like, is like, dust yourself off and try again. And the other part is like, dust your feet off and leave.
Keep going.
Keep going. They don't want to hear you. Just dust your feet off and go.
So done here.
Let's, you know.
And sometimes, you know, God just have us in places for a reason. Because there's still a work to be done. And like you said, with that light, people are attracted to light. People are attracted to that illumination. So it's something there that somebody probably needs. And those kids need it, more importantly. So but yeah. Number 2 for me. This is one that I hear very often. My grandma tells it to me a lot, and it's kind of one of those things where it's like cliche, but you know, cliche to a certain extent is real.
Real.
Don't settle. Like, sometimes we want to just
get out my business.
Sometimes we want to be like, but God, these are the things I want, and you ain't moving fast enough for me, so I'm gonna just sit here and settle in this, because at least it's part of it or some of it. But God wants us to have all the things. He wants us to be fulfilled. He don't want us to just be in a life that we just going through routine and we have it, but it ain't the whole thing. So that's my thing. Don't settle. And then when we settle, we kind of get in this place like, we unproductive. We're stagnant. And we're just not getting everything that we could get from the seasons of life when we are settling. So that's the story. Don't settle.
That's the story.
That's the story.
Period.
That's it, period.
That's the story. Whew. Listen, talking to me. You hear me? Because how often do we just like you said, make it work? Like,
we just make it work.
I'll make this work. Because what else do you do? You know? I like that. And I think that goes into like what we've been talking about.
I was gonna say that.
Of like when it like not settling in anything, but especially when we're talking relationships,
yeah.
you know, because like we're both at an age now where we're like ready to, you know, have a family, and you know, it's easy to meet somebody who's like, you're wonderful, come down here, so I can love you, and you're like, no,
you need to
come up here,
you
know. But knowing like not to come down, like Pastor Kim said, like don't come down.
Don't come down.
You got a good work to do where you at. Don't come down.
You gotta make and boundaries are just so important in not settling, because you know what you're gonna accept, you know what you're not gonna accept. Having even a list to some degree, just the list doesn't have to be concrete, but like you have to have something as a foundation for what you're looking for and what you're expecting. And then, you know, even in that, we have to think about the kind of people, like types, kind, all of that.
Ooh.
You want to talk about that?
Listen, our bishop talks about it all the time, but like we all have a type.
Yeah.
We all have a type. I just realized I had a type the other day, y'all. I was really walking around like, I don't have a type. I really don't.
Like, wait a minute.
I really don't. I have a type. But knowing that we have this type that we always fall for, you know, the same type of person, same guy, different hairstyle or whatever. But knowing that we should be looking for our kind is more important. You know, like really somebody who has like a good character and like knows our heart and we can be ourselves with. And not only those things, but like you said about boundaries, like your type may push the boundary. Your kind will respect the boundary. You know, like
respect that.
He's not gonna push you, you know, into things that you shouldn't be involved in. You know, like just knowing the difference of what that's gonna feel like and being prepared for that, because quiet as it's kept, sometimes it takes a lot of therapy and prayer to even be in a good space to receive like genuine love, therapy and Jesus. Because I'm telling you, sometimes we are so wrecked that we can't even accept good love, healthy love. So
and even as you were speaking just now, your kind is also going to cover you. In prayer, your kind is going to see your purpose and know how to nurture and cover that, how to protect that. Not going to let people, or even your kind is not going to even expose you, you know? Covering.
Listen, I can't even.
What they do?
That's what I need. Listen, because if you can't see it, you can't cover it. If you can't cover it, you can have it. I need to write it down.
You need to write that down. You need to write that down. That's good.
Listen, because
write that down.
What I said,
if you can't see it, you can't cover it. And if you can't cover it, you can't what?
You can't have it. I'm gonna send a text to somebody. That's crazy. Hey, sometimes you gotta let it be known. That's how you set that boundary.
That's how you set the boundary. You know? Straight up front.
Okay. I have one more.
You got one more, sis?
It's really kind of two, but it's one. Dealing with leaving the person that you really want. Because it feels good and it looks good and it's set up all pretty, but trusting God's best.
I have to ask myself that a lot. I'm like, is this God's best for you?
That's a good question.
You got to get in the habit of asking yourself that.
That's a good question.
Because it's going to really make you think about it.
No, for real. It's really going to make you like change your perspective about what you're seeing in front of you. You know? And I'm sure many of us can like attest to dealing with somebody who comes into your life and is almost a perfect person. You know, like they see you and you feel your most self with them. And you start to get that little dream cycle, you know, where this is my husband, you know, this is the father of my kids, and everything just works. Everything fits. and it feels good and it looks good and it has all of the components, but then you start to see the cracks here and there, and you start asking yourself, you know, like, is it a small crack? Is it a big crack? You know, like,
can this be repaired? Can I put some putty or some cement in here?
That's a good question. Like, because I think we do that, you know? And that kind of goes back into what you said about settling.
Because we want it to fit.
Yeah. So it's like, what do I do to make this what it needs to be? Because it's almost there. You see that potential. But just being able to do that. I think it's easy to let go of people when we just know outright inherently they're bad for you.
Yeah.
But it's harder to let go of somebody who truly just feels right.
Yeah.
You know? But trusting that if God is asking me to let go of something that is so good to me, whatever he has for me is the bomb.
Yeah.
Because I gotta believe that.
Yeah. You know, there's that picture where there's like a little teddy bear, and then the kid has a little teddy bear, and guy has a way bigger one behind his back. But if you would only submit that thing to me, you know. And even thinking about what you just said, for me, in my last relationship, I had to, once we broke up, I had to ask myself, is it actually the person that you want, or is it just the desires that you want fulfilled? Like, because I feel like that my latest relationship, it has been, I just want to check off these boxes. I know I want to be a wife. I know I want to be a mother. I know I want to have the house, and I know I want to set this, certain atmosphere and have all these things down the line. But am I just letting people in because they check off a couple boxes and they fit into what I want? Like they want they like it's the desires are justified, but who I'm letting into it can't always be justified. Yeah, it's not fitting.
Yeah, and you don't want to rush those things. Like speaking from experience, I've been divorced 3 years now, but
girl, you was married.
I was married, girl. She said, "Girl, you was married." 3 years now, divorced. It'll be 4 in. Will it be 4? Yeah, it'll be 4 in July. It's not worth it to rush it. Because men will come and they will have all the things. You know, the income is there, and the provider, protector, and the sweet talk, and all of these things. But if it's the wrong person, it's the wrong thing. You know, that's one thing that I've learned is a desire even out of season is a distraction. You know, so you don't want to rush into the things because you want to get it right. And I think that's where I am. I just want to get it right.
And even in that, we just have to make sure we guard our hearts and make sure that we are spiritually guarding our hearts. And because men, they will sweet talk you, they will provide certain things, but most importantly, I want a relationship that honors God and God is pleased with it. So I just want to guard my heart until He comes.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay. For sure.
And that's kind of a good segue into my third one. And that's create the life you want and keep going until you see what you desire. And it's kind of
that's good.
Like don't settle, but like like I heard somebody say recently, like romanticize your life, and it's like like I'm living in a fairy tale, like creating my own fairy tale and just like piecing together the things, because we have to do our part to make the things happen too. We can't just sit around and wait. Like, I'm not gonna do this until my husband come. I'm not gonna go out to eat till my husband come. I ain't gonna travel till my husband come. I ain't gonna live in the space I want to live until I have the right husband. No, you got to do it. Do it. Because you don't know when those things are going to come in. It's no better time than the present to create the things that we want to create. So romanticize your life, create the things. Like don't settle. Keep going after the things that you want to see. And then like our goals and everything. Like don't don't be distracted by, oh, I didn't accomplish this, or I didn't fulfill this. But like we are in control.
Yeah.
We're in control of our lives.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just kind of let life happen to them, but
Sure.
you definitely have to create the life that you want. It's a very intentional thing. It's waking up every day and doing something that moves the needle forward, doing something that your future self is going to be thanking you for in the future. Like all the time, I'm like, okay, what is Brianna going to need in 1 year or 2 years? Like sometimes I want to make decisions that that satisfy me right now, but I'm like, okay, I need to be thinking about 5-10 years down the line, like habits and just different things rather than just always living for right now. So creating the life you want definitely is a present thing, making the decisions now that you're going to be thankful for later.
Yeah. And I love what you said about like making sure you're not waiting on those things. You know, like I think as young people, we have we can get to a point where we're gonna realize we wasted years or wasted time, like waiting on things when we could have just been doing, you know, doing it ourselves. Like take advantage of all the time you have, you know, for sure, for sure. Yeah. Another one for me, and I guess this will be my last one.
Yeah, I think we both have one more.
Is like do the new thing, do the scary thing. The thing that you're not used to. I think a lot of times we can get, I know for me, I get scared to do something that's like not in my normal routine or something, but try new things, you know, try new things, try new people, try new you know, hobbies, try a new job, like anything that you're thinking about that you're like, I'm thinking about trying something new, do it, even scared, do it. And I'm talking to myself because there's a lot of things that I want to do that I'm like petrified, but I'm like, the only way out is through, and if I don't go through these new things, I'll never do them. So I'm like, okay, I need to encourage myself to do new things.
And just think about like the fulfillment that's on the other side of that. Like all of the new things we try, we may not like, or it may not be the thing, it may not be the experience we wanted to. But like it's gonna be some things where it's like, whoa, that was great.
You're gonna come out with something.
That was awesome.
For sure. Right. Whether it's like a blessing or a lesson, you're gonna come out with something. So I mean, it's worth it. It's totally worth it. So,
and there are opportunities on the horizon that you just have to say yes to. I think we were talking about this before. I know for me, in a heartbeat, I'd be like, I don't know, that kind of. But when I sleep on it or like pray on it, I'd be like, okay, girl, like you was just being dramatic. You was, and like I want my immediate response not to be the like I want to be in a more it may not be immediate, but like more open to it initially, rather than it being like initially.
Not sure.
More just more like a let me pray about it.
That's good.
Let me pray about it rather than being like, I don't know about that. Because I know that a lot of times I will be, and it's fear sometimes too. I'm like, no.
And I mean, I know there's a balance too, you know, because you can't say yes to everything. That's true too, because we always have to like make sure we're not overextending, you know, or doing things outside of God's will. Because I think even good things, some good things are not meant for us to do either. You know, even though they're good things.
Maybe good opportunities.
Good opportunity, but so like you said, let me pray about it instead of just being like no or being like yes. Let me pray.
I don't know about that.
I guess that would go more into like including God more in my decisions. You know, like let me pray about it before I say yes or no. Let me pray about this. You know, and really, really seek God and see what He says.
This has been so rich, sis. All right, we'll do my last one.
Tell me.
My last one. This year I got a promotion, just doing different things. Just different opportunities have came up, and I'm a person that I'm a borderline perfectionist. So I want things to be right. I want to get things done well. And then in this new position, I kind of just been like learning on the fly some things. So I've learned failing is okay. I've kind of started looking forward to failing because in failure, I know, okay, I've learned how to do this. I know how to do this the next time, or I may have not even been familiar with the situation, but now I know how to handle it or how to ask for help or, whatever the case is. And sometimes failing is not bad. I feel like when we're younger and we're, going through school and just being taught from our parents, like, it's like failure, no, bad. But like I'm starting to learn that failure can be a good thing in certain aspects of our lives. So I kind of look forward to failing so that I can, grow and become stronger and learn, and it's just something that strengthens you. For sure. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing to fail. It is sometimes. It's failing forward. Now, if you failing and keep on doing the same thing, you fail and go backwards, fail, do the same thing, that's a different thing. But if you failing forward and failing and growing and developing. That's really a beautiful thing. I love it. And we have to be okay with it.
I know we have a term in my career where it's like fail fast, and fail graciously. Like do it quickly and just go back and figure out. Like you said, like I didn't do it right this time. I'm gonna go back and figure it out. But knowing that every time we fail, we learn something new. So it just gives you that opportunity to just keep learning more. And now you have more in your tool belt because you've done it so many different ways, versus the one person that does it right the first time. They don't have the experience that you come from. You get what I'm saying? So you have more of a lens to say, oh girl, I tried it like that. Like think about the testimony that comes with that, in your job, in your life. The testimony that comes with getting it wrong, is needed for somebody else. Because I need to know when you get it wrong.
Right.
So I can know we're not the same thing.
So I don't have to bump my head the same exact way.
Please don't let me bump my head.
And I'm the type of person where I don't want you to go through the same, I don't want you to stumble the same ways I did. Like I want you to surpass me, be better than me. Like you saw me fail and didn't do something right. So not, like you said, now you have the tools to not do that same thing because my sister already bumped her head, so let me do it differently. And she already made that mistake so that I can succeed.
Learn by example, not experience. You don't always have to learn by experience.
You don't have to do that.
You can learn by someone else's example, child. Just be cautious. I love that. I love that so much. This is really good.
This is good. It's dropping gems,
learning stuff new. Okay. I love this. I think one big takeaway that I got is I'm just really proud of you for this year. Like, I mean, beyond, but like you went into a new position and I mean, you just went into it with your heart just bare. And I love that because it's still intact. You've done a lot of intentional work to keep your heart intact and you're learning from the things and you're not like changing due to anything. So I love that. And I'm just really proud of you.
I'm proud of you too. You my sis has grown a lot. You stepped into some positions too. You've been such a leader. And just your heart is always open. Even all the things that you've gone through, your heart has stayed open. And we have to, because it can be so easy to harden our hearts after being disappointed and just all of the things that you go through in life. It can be so easy, but you're a leader of leaders. You're amazing. You're a teacher. I love that. My kids will break some things down. I'll be like, I ain't even thought about it like that now. Like you teach with your heart. She's available. Girl. God, she wants to be used by God. That's what I mean by available. She's available too. She's available. My sis is available.
Listen,
you're a willing heart. And I love that, and I love that we're this next year is gonna be good.
I know. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be amazing.
I'm so excited. I'm excited about
doors.
I'm excited about it. And I'm excited about the alignment.
Yes.
Like, y'all,
Yes.
if you do nothing else this next year, get you some people that you're aligned with, and God will show you those people. God will bring those people into your life to the point that when you talk about them, it sounds like they're talking about you. Like you're the same. It feels like the same person, because she's talking about me being a leader and a teacher. Let me tell you something. Same person. She's a leader. She can teach. And I mean, like, down to like the devotionals and everything, like, and the fitness and the wellness and the anyway. But just knowing that our paths are so aligned and purposeful just makes me so grateful.
That's what I'm excited about.
this
The purposeful alignment. Hey, make sure you get some purposeful partners in your life. You don't need to just have people along for the ride, people that's living all willy-nilly. Get you some purpose people in your life, okay? Especially if you're wanting to go further in God, go further in your business, or go further in your career, relationships, whatever it is. Have purposeful people in your life. Ooh, pray about it.
I feel like that should be like next episode.
Purposeful people?
Purposeful people. Because sometimes you need to know what that looks like. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's good.
There need to be a little piece, a little snippet.
Oh.
Game planning.
Look, people popping in my head already.
Right. And I'm like, okay, what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? I know I want to
See, already. You gotta have the people.
For real. For real.
But this was good. This was good.
I know.
I love this.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're gonna be coming at y'all with the episodes, with the themes.
I know. And then y'all just let us know like topics. Again, Vibes and Virtue. We kind of picked that name because we always have good vibes. As sisters, as friends. But the virtue is always there. So like we talk about like what's happening in the real world, in this physical realm, and you know, everything that affects us as young women, and of course if you're a young man, just life, right? In general. But then we bring in that virtue, you know, like what does the Bible say, or what does God say about this, or how we're applying, you know, our faith to life's situations. And we just want y'all to do the same. Like bring us your topics. We would love to talk about them, you know, and kind of give our little 2 cents, you know.
As people, like we said, that are still figuring out, still walking through figuring life.
Yes, which is the most important part. But we do want you to come for the vibes, but stay for the Lord. You know, it's easy to feel like, you know, in the church you maybe don't fit in because you are in the world, but remember you're not of the world, so it's not taboo to talk about these things, you know. But we just want to make sure we create a space where you can talk about it and nobody's judging and nobody's saying, "Oh, you're not a Christian." Like we are Christians, and I do deal with it.
But this is real life, okay?
Let's talk about it. You know,
these urges and itches and stuff,
Another topic for another time. But we're just really grateful that you guys like shared with us in our first episode. We hope that y'all, what they be saying on the video?
Like, subscribe,
share.
Make sure you share.
Like, subscribe, and share. And just come on back. You know, let us know if you have topics or if you want to be featured. You know, something like that. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, this has been Java.
And this is Bree. And
this was
Vibes and Virtue. This we doing Vibes and Virtue.
I like this.
I do like the 2 W. Not the 2 W's.
It is a W.
It is a 2 W.
It's a win.
The W's.
Love it. Vibes and Virtue.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Bye.